Deficiency of folate lead to neural tube defects, NTDs, which define as malformations of the spinal cord and brain. There are three major types of NTDs. Spina bifida is marked by the spinal cord failing to close, leaving a gap where spinal fluid collects during pregnancy. Anencephaly is the absence of the brain or spinal cord. Encephalocele is characterized by the protrusion of the brain through the skull. Inadequate availability of folate between 21 and 27 days after conception can interrupt normal cell differentiation and cause NTDs. Women should consume 600 mcg of folate per day during pregnancy, 400 from fortified foods, supplements and 200 from vegetables and fruits. NTDs develop before women may realize they are pregnant. Adequate folate should be consumed several months prior to and during pregnancy. Women who have previously delivered an infant with NTD should take 4,000 mcg of folic acid to reduce the risk of recurrence. The upper limit for intake of folic acid is 1,000 mcg per day. There is no upper limit for folate consumed in its naturally occurring form in foods. These are the examples of foods that contain naturally occurring folate. Examples of the foods are orange juice, pineapple juice, papaya juice and dried beans. Amounts of foods that contain specific amount of folic acid of each foods are listed. These are the examples of fortified foods that contain high amount of folate. Examples of fortified foods are highly fortified breakfast cereal, roll breads, pasta and rice. Amount of foods that contain specific amount of folic acid of each foods are listed. Choline contribute to structural integrity and signaling functions of cell membranes, for normal cholinergic neurotransmission, source of methyl group. Choline consumption is critical during fetal development, for stem cell proliferation and apoptosis, reducing a risk for neural tube defect. Choline can be produced by human but limited to meet the needs. It should be obtained from food like eggs, lean meats, fish and poultry, cauliflower, tofu, nuts and legumes. RDA of choline in pregnancy is 450 mg/day. I need sodium to maintain my body's water balance due to plasma volume expansion. I may exhaust sodium conservation mechanisms and lead to excessive sodium loss if restrict sodium intake. If I want to control edema or high blood pressure, I should not restrict sodium intake. I should be advised to consume salt to taste unless contradicted by a medical condition related to salt intake. Why calcium is needed during pregnancy? Fetus needs calcium to build strong bones and teeth. It helps fetus to grow a healthy heart, nerves, and muscles. Besides, calcium develops a normal heart rhythm and blood clotting abilities. Calcium is needed for pregnant mother to reduce the risk of hypertension and preeclampsia. It strengthens bones and prevent bone loss later in life and reduced overall PMS symptoms by 50%. As baby will draw it from maternal bones, impair own health later on. Preeclampsia is characterized by high blood pressure. If it is developed during pregnancy, it can cause preterm birth. It can result in eclampsia if left untreated. Eclampsia is a condition that causes convulsions and seizures, dangerous to mother and baby. How much calcium is needed before, during and after pregnancy? Women age 18 and younger need 1,300 mg per day. Those age above 19 need 1,000 mg per day. Milk, vegetables, tofu and fortified food are rich in calcium. Most people with lactose intolerance could tolerate at least 1 cup of milk. Drink lactose-reduced milk or take enzyme supplement. Divide it up for having half cup of milk 4 times per day. Drink milk with food. It's easier to digest when mixed with high-fiber foods. Why vitamin D is needed during pregnancy? Fetus needs for vitamin D increase during the latter half of pregnancy, when bone growth and ossification are most prominent. Fetus is entirely dependent on maternal stores.
created using Powtoon.